farm tube, and that's got sort of farming videos on it. I've got another one called Dorset Drone Guy, which is all about drones, and I've just set up a new one called Ham Radio for Beginners. I'm not sure I'm qualified to run that channel, but I thought, you know, if there's any other beginners out there sort of going through their foundation and learning all the things from scratch, then I might be able to sort of put some sort of vlogs up of my experience, and it might be able to help some other people going through the same thing. I've put a load of playlists on there, and I've added loads of videos from all the other bigger YouTubers. So even though I'm not putting up much content, there's a lot of playlists on there for various different things about all the different bands and whatever else. So yeah, no, YouTube's good fun, and especially when we're all sort of stuck indoors, it's good to be able to keep yourself busy. Okay, so who else we got here? We got Sanj, Paul, Lee, John, Daryl, and the Hardcore Fisherman. I'll hand it back round to you, Sanj, if you're still there.
Yeah, roger that, guys. Yeah. Lima Tango 091. What's your location? I've Lima Tango 121 here.
My location is Hull. So yeah, I'm in East Yorkshire.
Oh right, I guess you've got Lima Tangos out there. You familiar with Jake Highgate on the Channel 35?
I was in there and obviously he seen me on sidebands and stuff, and he quite liked it, so he said, well, you want a proper call sign for the club? So I said, yeah, that'll do me, and he gave me this one.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting to know you got another Lima Tango out there, yeah. Okay, nice to meet you there, bud. And great conversation there as well. Yeah, back to you guys. Is Lee, you still out there, mate?
Looks like we've lost Lee. What about Paul? You still there? Do you want to take the ball?
Oh no, sorry. I did try and key up, but these radios go to sleep. I don't know if you've noticed. So it takes a couple of seconds. Just a couple of points. So Lima Tango. So I'm Lima Tango 2714. I speak to Jake quite regularly on the 35. So there's actually 3 of us here, even though I think this is my amateur radio account that's displayed. And then on my phone, it's just my personal name, 01 on the end. So every now and then I will be on my phone, because I use the app on my phone. And you were saying about first radios. Yeah, do you know what? Bofang's, they're amazing little radios. Yeah, don't let anyone knock them. And the reason I say it is when I first passed my amateur radio exam, as a gift, my granddad gave me a converted taxi cab radio for 2 metres, and I had a horizontal and vertical beam because that's the only antenna he had laying about. And I couldn't do nothing with it. He had about 3 simplex channels and that. And if a Bofang was around back then, it'd be worth hundreds and hundreds of pounds. And to think you can go on Amazon and pick up a Bofang that does 2 and 70, yeah, all you got to really do is make an antenna, like a flower pot antenna or some sort of Yagi like the other gentleman's done on here, and you can get out for miles on them. I've done it, been there, done it, bought a t-shirt. You can get out for miles on them. So anyone that knocks a Bofang, everyone owns a Bofang. Whether they agree or not, everyone owns a Bofang.
Yes, they're right there, sir. Everyone owns a Bofang. I own one which I've wired up to my little J-pole in the back garden, which I've mounted onto the wash line pole. It's not a bad little area. I made it myself, little J-pole, but it does the job. And yeah, I listen to the docks, as I said, and have a listen around. It's nice just to listen.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they're fantastic little radios. The day before yesterday, I was actually logged into a repeat and I was talking to a guy from Canada on it. So, you know, they've cost me 23 quid, I think, and it's an absolute brilliant little bit of kit.
I've got one, but it's not called that. It's called Bofang. And it's a UVR 6R, UV6R. Mine is Bofang. So there we go. I've got a different one, but I think they're probably made by the same people, I reckon. Back to you.
Probably are. I know Johnny's got quite a few Brofangs. He seems to be alright with them. He used to have one on his push bike. He used to have the aerial coming out the back, the radio on the handlebars, and that did alright for you, didn't it, John?
Yeah, Roger, on that, and it wasn't the Bofang that was on my bike. I have two handsets, two Bofang handsets, but my one that I had on bike was a QYT 8900 and the 8900D.
Yeah, nice little radio, wouldn't it, John? As I say, I've got the other one for listening down the docks too, which is the Borgie, I think it is, or something. Borgie, but
Borgie, yeah.
That's not a bad one. And sit there listening to all the local docks, VTS Umber and stuff like that. Gets us out there.
I can't remember who it was. Sorry, I forgot your name. But he was saying about having his first CB. I think he said it was Harrier. I've got one in my car, Harrier CBX.
Yeah, that's a Roger. It was me, Lee. Yeah, Harrier CBX. Unfortunately, that one blew up. The reason it blew up is because my aerial fell down, and because where I was living in Harlow, there was such a big CB scene. I wanted to be on the radio on a Friday night, so I just cut a random piece of length of wire off, wrapped it around a broomstick and stuck the aerial, stuck it in the back of the radio. It lasted for a few hours, to be fair, and then smoke started coming out the back of it, so that found its way into the bin. Then I had a few other radios, but I managed to get one at a rally last year, so I've still got a Harrier CBX here.
But yeah, CB will always still be in my heart. I like it. It's nice just to get out on the radio in the morning, have a chat with your mates, flick up onto SSB and see if there's out about, but it's not too bad. You get a few idiots in our area. We always got one guy who just likes to play recordings all day of you, but once you get around them and you find a channel you can get on, it's nice.
Did you say earlier you had a breaker called Screwdriver up your way?
Yeah, Andy Screwdriver on the Channel 33 in the Heathrow and Slough area.
I think I spoke to him on the way to Devon down the M4 one night on the radio, because the reason I say it is because we've got a famous breaker in Harlow called Peter Screwdriver. If you Google him, he's on there. He's quite funny. Those lorry drivers and they always have banter with him when they drive past Harlow, sort of thing. But he's one of my mates from back in the day on the radio. And there's a group of them in Harlow, but it's going a bit slower now, especially on the FM Muppets. A lot of people just go on the 305 and stuff now and try and catch Fred and Alton and stuff on there.
Yeah, interesting what you said about the bow thing earlier. You said it gets out miles. Wow, I mean, what are we talking about?
Well, mine usually go about 7 or 8 miles if you can see it in a straight line. If you're going on repeaters, well, its distance is endless, really. But I use mine on 2 meters, 70 centimeters, but also PMR as well.
My Pofang will go up to 24 miles to key up my nearest repeater, which is Lowestoft. Back to you.
Yeah, similar here. On a flower pot antenna, which is a very basic coaxial antenna, I made one day, a dual bander. I've just never done one before. I put it on the analyzer and bang, I got 1-to-1 on 2 meters and 70. And I went out on 70 centimetres, just stood in my garden, and I opened up the Welland Garden City repeater. Really easy. The fella said I had no background noise or anything going into the box. And that's quite, I don't know what it is in mileage, but that's quite a distance. It'll take me 45 minutes to drive there, easy.
Yeah, they go out really, really well. Somebody I was talking to online the other week, they was actually speaking to the International Space Station,